Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Just want to stop by just to drop another nugget. Little a little something for you this morning to ponder. Like I said yesterday in my post, don't let anyone have what you can't spare, right? Your time, your money, your mental health or mental energy, I should say rather. If you can't give those, freely, if you can't, because you know, oh my gosh, I just wasted 5 minutes of my life listening. If you know you can't do that, don't do it. If you do it and that's what you want to do, absolutely great. But in the flip side of that, don't give what you freely can give and then later on resent it and be like, oh my goodness, like, and then go. My thing is, my pet peeve is, and then you go tell somebody else. That's just like if you have a good friend that comes to you and says, you know what, girl, I really am struggling. I'm going through, I need help with this. So maybe they need help getting a few groceries or whatever the case may be. And you're like, oh, okay, girl, here you go. And then, she's in the grocery store and she overhears somebody talking about her that you told her that, or that you told them that you gave her some money for groceries. Now you done made her feel some kind of way, because she felt like that conversation and that gesture from you was private and that was meaningful. So, you know, it basically it's treat people how you want to be treated. Because I'm sure if you went to a person and was like, girl, this or guy or whomever you're talking to, and you're like, hey, you know, uh, I just can't take it. My relationship is really in a poor situation. Just kind of really venting or whatever. Next thing you know, you hear from somebody else, or they even come and ask you, which is the nervy part of it, right? They're coming at, oh girl, you doing all right? I heard you and so and so on the breaks. Like people don't deserve that. Uh, if those are your people in your close circle, they're not expecting you to go and tell their business or uh, make them, or they're not expecting to feel less than because they trusted you, right? You're breaking their trust. You're you've just broken down. Uh, Sometimes their confidence and even asking people for help. That's why a lot of people don't ask for help because people throw stuff in other people's face or they have to hear about it. I know years ago, and I think that's why I'm a little on the hyper independent side because, you know, I asked for some gas money, which I was going to turn around and pay back. Like, I just need to get to work. Like, and this was years ago when I was younger, early 20s or early middle 20s. And the gas money was given to me by someone very close to me. And then the next thing I know, it was brought to my attention. So you're gonna give her back the money, right? Because I know she gave you gas money. And I'm like, wow, like if it was that much of a inconvenience, why did you do it? I could have just figured out something else. Like, so now I'm very, very, I do, well, ain't no hesitation. I don't ask nobody for nothing, because, um, I don't want backlash. I don't want my business out there. And it's not even a pride thing. It's out of decency. I don't want my business out there. I don't want nobody, making, uh, I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, you did something for you. And it doesn't have to do with pride, it doesn't have to do with ego. It's just a sense of the fact of you just never know. Like I said yesterday, with how people have changed so much over the years, you just don't even never know anymore who's your safe space, right? Because but you do have to trust somebody eventually, which I'll take that into another video. But you just don't know. You have to do that venting. You had to, excuse me, vetting. You have to do, have to have real good discernment. Pray if you need to about the situation. But sometimes you just don't know. And I have to. I could say I'm working on that, but then I'd be lying. I'm not working on trying to um, accept things from people, as far as like monetary different things. That I'm not working on that because I don't want that from them. Because I don't want that to be um, fuel for any type of negativity or money is the root of all evil. So I'll never be working on that because I'm that's not something I'm gonna do. Now, if it's offered, I still probably would turn it down. Like, no, no, because you ain't gonna never say you gave me nothing. And I'm just like, that's just how I am. But don't if you what you want, what you expect, you should also give in return. Just point blank, decency. So if you don't want anybody out there saying, "Oh, well, I did this for so and so," or "This so and so going through this," or "She called me, he called me," whatever, then don't do it to somebody else. If you cannot confidently and respectfully give somebody your time, your effort, or if it's monetary or money, and you can't confidently and privately do that, then don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want anybody, just speaking on myself, I don't want anybody to do anything for me they don't want to do. Because I don't want to hear it later on. And just like that, don't do that in return. Because if I do something for somebody, ain't nobody gonna hear. You wouldn't even know if I did that for them because you have no clue. Because one, I do it out the kindness of my heart, and nobody needs to know. Don't nobody need to know what I do for somebody. I mean, I don't expect it in return because 9 times out of 10, that person's in a situation where they never could give it back to me. So I mean, I was in a friendship for what, like 2 decades, well, more than that probably, and there was a lot that I did for her, and even though she's the one that broke the trust and the friendship, and just I don't know, she just wasn't in a good mental headspace at the time, and she broke that friendship off. But you don't see me bitter and upset and then going back, oh wait, I did this for such and such. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There's stuff that I will take to my grave that woman has shared with me, her deepest and darkest secrets and concerns and hurts and pains. I will. That's another video. Look, I done brought 2 videos in one. We can't be doing that. Just because you're mad at somebody that you think, what are you benefiting by telling somebody else's business? Somebody, that's why I almost get offended when somebody says, "Girl, let me tell you this, but don't tell nobody." I got so much going on in my life that probably when we get ready to circle back and talk about it again, you're probably going to have to remind me because I don't forgot about it. Now, am I going to be present within that moment as you're talking to me and giving you constructive, um, productive, all very good, rich, spiritual, all that advice in that moment? Absolutely. But once it's done because one, I've already helped you through. Most likely, I've already prayed about it, so God's in control now. So I literally forgot. You're the only one bringing it back. Third video, because if I wanted to, I could bring it into another. Once you pray about it, leave it alone. Leave it alone, because you're wearing yourself down. When you continue, God, once you pray about it, God's got it. Okay, let me put this on the list. So and so need help with this. I got this. Let me close it up. We're gonna go to the next. I got that up here. I got this in here. Go on. When you constantly keep praying and asking for the same thing, you're wearing yourself down. God already working it in. God working it in for you, right? You just wearing yourself down. So yeah, once somebody tells me something, it's gone. I'm sorry, it's gone. But I will definitely help you in the moment. I definitely will. So yeah, if you just don't, if you really are not feeling helping people or whatever the case may be, and if you do, don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about that. but don't resent them in the end because now they done took all your time and energy and everything else. Don't resent them now. Uh, do what you can because sometimes we overcompensate and we because we want to. Oh, I'm a good person. I gotta show them. Oh, I got to. You ain't gotta do that because you cannot pour from an empty cup. How you gonna help them? You can't help yourself. Just like these relationships. How you gonna love somebody else and you can't love you? Don't give somebody time that you don't have. Don't spread yourself thin for something if you know you can't do it, especially if you haven't taken care of yourself first. Okay, but don't be out there. Don't be out there throwing people business out because you helped a person or um, if you don't have the time, if you don't have it to spare, don't do it. If you feel like it's gonna give you some cool points in the gossiping group because you done did it, don't do it because it wasn't done genuinely. Okay, so just do things the right thing, the right way. Just treat people how you want to be treated. Just straight up, treat people the way you want to be treated. Simple as that. Common sense. I know common sense ain't common. Uh, but let's work on it because I know we can't change the world, but let's be the change we want to see. Right. All right. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good day.